Hello everyone, I'm River Fox and welcome to the channel. Now if you are regular to the channel, then you may have noticed I've not been uploading very much over the last week or so, and that is because I have been working on a little project, a little challenge that I set myself. Now you may well know that I do like my trap tunnels. I've done many a video on trap tunnels and even jail builds, but I set myself a challenge last week to see if it was possible to complete the Canny Valley Endurance with nothing but stall builds. And let me tell you, it has taken well over 30 odd hours of headache and rebuilding and testing in this endurance, and it's taken over 100,000 materials, I think well over 1,000 if not more traps, and yeah, it has been an absolute headwork of a mission to try and do. And the bottom line is, I don't personally think it is possible to complete the full 30 waves of endurance with just stall builds. But make sure you do stick around to the end of the video, because I do have a challenge for you. For this endurance run, I have been using the Mega Base Kyle. Now I'm using the prisoner skin from Battle Royale as my skin, because he's just absolutely awesome. I do love him a lot, and definitely in Save the World. But I've been using Mega Base Kyle, and for the team perk I've been using recycling, which of course try and get some of those much needed materials back. And for support team we've got power modulation, frozen castle, tough traps, lofty architecture and hotfix. So all of them will be increasing our base ability and our trap durability, and try to make them last as long as possible. But what I'm going to do now, I'm going to get into my Canny Valley Storm Shield, and I will show you all of the defenses that I have done. And yeah, I did manage to get to wave 22. Wave 23 then is the smasher wave, and because of everything with all the changes that Fortnite made recently, that wall launchers and floor launchers no longer affected smashers at all, then I don't think it's possible at the moment to get past that wave 23. But I'll get into the endurance now, and let's show you my builds. Okay, so this is my Canny Valley home base. Now, for the very first wave that you get, they will either come from the south or they will come from the west. And I will take you through all of the spawn directions in a moment. Now, generally, I think most of the time they seem to come from the west. So what I will do is I will normally place my base down at this point, because they were spawned just over there under that lobber shield down there. So if we get down here, let's show you. So they were spawned around this spot here. I've got some little sound walls set up just to sort of slow them down a little as they come in. Now they may come over this direction, and if they do, they will go into all of these little dance boxes that I like to call them. And they're literally a 1x1 box with wall lights on the inside and the outside for added strength, because with the wall lights they will repair building structures when they get damaged. So I've put them on inside and out. We got the sound walls on the back, and we got the floor launcher down on the floor. And actually it decided to put me in the box. Okay, so yeah, we got the floor launcher down as well, and we got the wall lights then pretty much all the other sides. Now I'm going to destroy these because this will not be staying any longer. But yeah, that will literally be all of these boxes are, and they're all set up basically the same. So they will come through this way, and they will come up here, and we've got another box over this side, and then if they get past this way, then there's another 2 boxes over here. And I put the big tall walls here because we kept getting the little mini husks trying to jump over, so I put the bigger half walls in. So other than that, they can come over from this side. So again, they're spawning down here, and they can come up through this direction, which again, we've got some more little dance boxes in here that they will get flung into. And all of the boxes are set up pretty much the same. We've got some sound walls, we've got the wall lights as well. And just to added strength on the boxes and make them last that bit longer, I did put the wall lights on the outsides of them as well. Now this little box here is generally wouldn't be needed, but I have been suffering the last couple of days with husks basically phasing through walls, and they will be in that box on, you know, in there, they will be in there getting flung up and down in the air, and then all of a sudden they will literally just phase through that wall. So I decided to add this extra little box in just to try and stop them from basically getting out and getting to the storm shield. So the other direction that they will come from is over here, which they will spawn mainly from down in this ridge around here, but you will get the occasional one that will spawn up on the top. So we've got these little boxes here, which again will sort of catch any little scragglers that go through. And then we've got our little dance box down here, which of course they will get flung into at every opportunity. And I don't know why that should have been a wall launcher. I don't know, in all my changing about and redoing, it's probably got changed, but should have been a wall launcher on that wall to fling them and then fling them into there. But they would come through all of these and another 4 timeout boxes along that side. So that is generally, that is only attacked on the first wave. I have not seen it on any other waves where they attack this main storm shield. It's always one of the amplifiers. So the next wave then, wave 2, will generally be over at amplifier B, and they will either come from the west or from the north. And from the west they will spawn just past this unset amplifier there, and from the north they will spawn up on that ridge, or they will spawn down just past those walls over there. So for this one here, if I get round this way first of all, now when they do spawn over here, you will get the occasional one that will try and go through this direction to get through and in there, and you will get the occasional one that will constantly try to come round this way as well. So that's why that is all blocked off, but majority of them will actually come straight through here and fall into this big massive long dance pit in here. And if I just get up here so I can get down, now that will be the other side of that big dance room. But if they do actually break through any of the floors, then we've actually got a second layer of it there as well, which will catch them if they actually go through. You will get as well the occasional one that will try and go the long way. So I did set a couple in here as well, just to catch any scragglers. And I've even seen lobbers literally go all the way around that mountain and actually come up through this to actually get to this point, so they can then lob at the amplifier. They will travel a long way to get their job done. But the other direction then, the north, now I will put my base down on this spot for this, because as said, they will spawn up on the top there, or they will spawn down there, or you will get the occasional spawn over there as well. So majority then will come and spawn along this point, or they will walk up and they will go through this, and when they get to this point then they will actually get flung into this, which of course has got more floor launchers to fling them into another big pit over there as well. So if they manage to break through any of these walls or anything, then they would just literally get flung up and down, which is quite good. So that is the only two directions they would come for that amplifier. And our next one then is this one over here. If I just come up here, which is amplifier A for this one. Now they will spawn from way up the top there, or they will spawn from down here depending on the different waves. So we do have a few little traps set up on here for any that decide to come this way, and they will go along through here and get lobbed then into this dance box in there. But majority of them do tend to come around this way. You will again get some lobbers which will head in through this point, so that's why I've got that little shield up there and more wall launchers over there. But they will come through this and get lobbed into these boxes here. If they actually make it through, then they've got to break through all of these before they can get up to the top, which I'm going to break that down now. So they will come up through here and again get launched all the way straight back down. So at every point they are just getting lobbed down everywhere. So the other direction that they can come for this one is from the east, which I'll go through. I do put my base for this one, I was putting on that spot there, and if they come from the east, I put it on this square here. So again, for this one, they will spawn either up on that little ridge over there. You might get the occasional one on that tiny little piece there, but majority will spawn around this spot on here. So they will have to come through all of these, which again get launched into all of these little boxes, and get up here, which they get launched in there, and you do get the occasional one which you get launched into that pit down there as well. So that is the main side. Now they will come as well. We just get round here. They will come up through this spot, which they can't get very far. They get lobbed into every direction, and they got to go through all of these then before they can get anywhere. And then when they do, they would just get to this point and fall into that pit anyway. And I'm not worried so much about knocking things down at the moment, because I'm going to be changing this now and doing my proper full-on build after this one. But for the next amplifier is amplifier D. Is it amplifier D? Yes. No, sorry, amplifier C up here. They will spawn from this side again, or up on the ridge, and they will come through all of this and they will get into these boxes. If they get round this far, then we got another box there, and we got another box here for any that do come this way around through that little cave. So that's from that side. Now the other direction that they will come from is the east, which they will spawn from around this spot. Now you will get some of them which will come through this way, so I've set up all of these wall lights and everything here, and then when they get to the end they will get flung into that box on there. But the majority of them will come this direction, either up through here or they will come up through this bit. So we've got a box there, and we've got another box here, and another 3 boxes then along that side. So that is all of those, and I'll put my base down on that spot. Now I think it is wave 9. They will get the hot spots, and they're like these little lava pools that come out of the ground, and they will literally spawn somewhere over there or somewhere around this area, and wherever they do spawn they will destroy instantly whatever traps you have got set up, so you will need to do repairing after it's done. at least once the wave has finished anyway. Alright, so our next one that we have got is D, which is here. So they will either come from this direction, which they will spawn generally down here, around this area, and they then have to come up all the way through here mainly. But you will get some of the lobbers which will try going up that way. They will go up that way. They can be an absolute nuisance, but we did block that tunnel off in there just to make sure they couldn't come in that way. But majority will come up through this direction, and they will get through all of these traps here, and they get lobbed everywhere in the process. So majority will end up in those two little dance boxes there, which we can see through this window here. Any that do actually take the long route up and come along, they will mainly get lobbed back off again and have to go through it all again. But if they get through, then we have got some more timeout boxes here as well. So the other direction for this one is the south, which I will get all the way over here, and it's wave 15 that you get the tornado, and it's actually wave 5 that is the safe zone. And safe zone is where you've got the 4 safe zones that you can be in. Anywhere else you will take damage, so you get quite a few different waves for this this amplifier, and also you get the lobber wave on this one as well. So they will come through all of these, and we've literally again got all of these pits all the way along here to catch them as they come in. So that is pretty much all of the directions that they're going to come from. We've got lobber shields everywhere because of those annoying lobbers. They will literally go anywhere to try and get to the amplifier. And yeah, they can be such a nuisance. This didn't really get used that much, but it was there just as a precaution for any waves that come from this direction. So for the first sort of 14-15 waves, it will do pretty okay. So if you're only looking for sort of epic perk up and re-perk and gold, then it will do pretty alright up until about wave 14 or 15. After that, you are going to need to start replacing traps as you're going along in order to actually get much further than it. And especially the tornado wave will rip through your bases and destroy your traps and your walls and your structures. So you're going to need to do so much rebuilding as you go. It is unbelievable. So here is my challenge for you. Do you think that you can complete the full 30 waves Canny Valley Endurance with the 0 damage trap build? If you do, then send me either a picture or a screenshot, a link to video containing evidence of that build and completing the full 30 waves. And for the first person that can complete this, I will give you 10,000 V-Bucks. That is my challenge to you. I think personally I've well overdone with this build. It has taken so much time, materials, energy, headaches, that I'm just going to knock all of this down now, and I'm going to go for my normal full-on damage endurance. But if you think you can do that, then and you can send me the screenshot or evidence of the full 30 waves, then there is 10,000 V-Bucks in it for you. But I hope you do enjoy this video anyway. If you do, don't forget to drop a like down below, smash that subscribe before you go, and if you turn on the notification bell, then you will always get updated of all my content when it comes out. But until the next time, I hope you have a lovely day and stay safe, my friends.